So hello everyone, this is the SIG CD community meeting, and we have a couple of things of our agenda, but if you want to propose a topic, feel free to add to the list yourself. And with that, I have two topics, but if you, so let me start. I hope I'm sharing my screen. Can someone confirm if that's...
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So just an FYI, I think just for completeness, we have discovered and confirmed this week an issue and with consistency, and Benjamin did a really nice deep analysis into it. Fortunately, it's very minor. It shows how minor things we now find in etcd, and even if we find such issues, it gives us idea, like if there was any issue coming that was more serious, it shouldn't be a problem to reproduce. But going into this specifically, it's very minor because it requires a combination of pretty rare cases, and especially the first one should almost never happen in Kubernetes. So the issue happens only if there is a compaction or latest revision. So I think, at least to my knowledge, Kubernetes will never, or it should never. The chances of this being should be very low. So yeah, I think this is like more FYI and like success story of community, or our testing setup finding an issue and community coming in and analyzing it to find an issue that is not as impactful but shows how we can collaborate and find still potentially some edge cases. Yeah, so if you're interested, feel free to follow, and I think it's pretty well documented in explanation and pretty well understood how we got there. Long discussion on how we got here. So yeah, thanks.
Quick question, Marek. Quick question. So, is there already a fix for this in mind that anyone has made?
It's there is a PR pending. There is
Okay.
no rush to fix it technically. Like for I think high level, it should not happen. Never in Kubernetes, and very unlikely in any case of even using Crow etcd, because you need to compact on latest revision, and no normal client will do that. So by
Okay.
latest,
So that's the
the current
protection.
revision.
Kubernetes does it for some older version 5 minutes ago, which is why.
Yes,
Okay.
I described it. Kubernetes does it 5 minutes ago, or waits 5 minutes, and even if there was no any writes to etcd for 5 minutes, Kubernetes always has some writes guaranteed. So it cannot be like, it's not that waiting 5 minutes and then compacting the latest revision could trigger this.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and if there are there any other questions about the issue? Okay. If there are none, I have the second topic on my agenda. For some time, there was, I know, discussion or a lot of people asking about using or how to use robustness testing, how to go into that. So I think we finally got into critical mass that enough people are interested into learning it. It's a pretty, let's say, unique thing, but that requires some deep dive. But I think we now I have enough, like I feel sure enough and I'm able to organize such a meeting. And I'm also want to or organize a meeting to help everyone get onboarded into to robustness meeting, and also have an official sub-project dedicated for this to with the goal of mainly keeping up with triaging the bugs from robustness tests, because like the aforementioned inconsistency was caught by robustness tests, and they fail. Like recently, it's not it's not the greatest. I think there is some, but there have been periods where nothing really happens and they're green for weeks. And sometimes we have just bad role bad role on GitHub infrastructure or ARM infrastructure, and they start flaking a little bit because of lack of, usually due to infrastructure performance or lazy neighbor issues. I'm planning to work on addressing this, but high level, the main bottleneck on taking those reports and converting them to issues and histories of fixing or addressing those issues is how much community has capacity to triage them. And I think it's warrant enough investment that we could share the responsibility of triaging, so we can find and fix those issues earlier and build more trust into etcd correctness that hopefully is like shared and shared responsibility between for whole community. So high level idea is to like organize the like some subgroup definition. The format doesn't really matter. High level, we would meet. I don't know. My current proposal is to meet once every 2 weeks, maybe for an hour. That would be one idea. I'm open and happy to like proposal of the dates, and we would meet with the goal of like going through, analyzing, I don't know, current issues, if there's like any failure or current failures, if there's any failure like that happened recently, or going into all the issues and I know learning from them, discussing them, and to for everyone to always be to understand the process. Unfortunately,
So so I saw an earlier mention of a TLA plus working group within the SIG. Do you like when you mentioned this organized robustness test meetups, are you thinking in terms of another working group for robustness, or kind of fold this into the overall correctness? Or maybe
so those are totally separate work streams. The TLA plus there was an agreement built during KubeCon that we need more people to look at the TLA plus to understand it and review it and to merge it. So we wanted to accelerate it by organizing couple of people and doing a group. Fortunately, it was not needed, and I mean, I hope that the people working currently on TLA Plus can organize themselves, but if needed, we might consider it. But it's totally separate. I mean, long term, hopefully, those are both projects into correctness, and we hopefully will meet at some point. I've discussed already some plans to do that, but it's so far in the future that it's not no. Both efforts are totally independent and will be for a long time.
got it. Okay.
Just one comment for the TLA spec. We have already merged the huge PR. So from now probably we need to set up the dedicated maintainers to maintain the TLA spec. But because the existing Raft maintainer have limited knowledge on the TLA spec, so we really need to depend on the community to maintain the spec. So for now, I can see some people have expertise on the spec. Yeah, please comment. Please raise your comments if you are interested in maintaining the spec. So anyone is welcome.
Yeah, I double or I support what Benjamin said. Yeah, we merge it with idea that we can slowly build a community around the TLA spec and validation. So we can, because we have use cases that, and plans, or at least the contributors that contributed, the contributor who provided TLA Plus has plans to build features based on it, and we need to grow Raft use cases or features for Raft. We need this level of validation to know that we are still we will not make mistakes, and that Raft is still correct. Yeah. Any other questions about TLA spec? Okay. Yeah, to go back to robustness testing, yeah, I brought down expectation and like what I think would be. I'm happy to help everyone on board, but it's with assumption that it's pretty. It requires a lot of learning because it's part of part of distributed systems that are less less known area, and it's definitely a lot of things that I needed to learn to build the tool and understand how it works. But yeah, if you're interested, let me know. If possible, if I have a couple of people interested and we agree on some time, we might start meeting next week or a week after. It's up to how it depends on how fast we can organize enough people to and agree on a date. Any questions for robustness testing meeting?
Yeah, this is Benjamin. Yeah, yeah, I think it's great to set up dedicate the people to maintain the robustness test, because existing maintainer, including me, have limited bandwidth to review all the PR. You develop it huge fast, so I have limited bandwidth. So it's great to set up the dedicated people to maintain it. But the only my only comment is, the first comment is just to reduce the false alarm as much as possible. Because if you look at the pipeline result, there are a lot of failures. So, but a lot of failure is not a real issue, just caused by the QPS, something too low, something like that. So we need to reduce the false alarm as much as possible. So this is the first comment. The second comment is, if the robustness test raise any issue, for now, some existing maintainer could understand the open test, but probably 2 months, a couple months later, maybe the existing maintainer don't understand the test much. But when you raise an issue, just clarify the issue. Just assume the contributor don't need to have deep understanding of the robustness test. For example, if previously we have Jefferson test, the maintainer don't know, have limited knowledge on the Jefferson test. But each time we verify the issue raised by Jefferson team, we don't need to understand the Jefferson. So when you raise an issue from the robustness test, we don't need from the other contributor don't need to have deep understanding on the robustness test. Yeah, I'm not sure it's clear enough.
Yeah, I mean, sure, we have documentation how it works. We upload normal data. I don't know what to do with how to make everyone aware how to read the etcd bbold data and raft log. It's, I think, up to, depending on how much time you are willing to track, you have the history of requests, you have the history of, you have the bbold data, so it's just up to person to they need to understand how to read, unfortunately, like wall log. And as for first, there is an issue I opened. I mean, the robustness test flakes, like, at least I didn't have time to look at them. Most of them, I looked through up. I tried to look up to date, and most of them were related to ARM. So there is a lot of flakes, but all of them happened on ARM. So I pushed an issue to request, do we want to support ARM? Because I will not handle ARM myself. Things improved, but there is definitely recent increase in flakes, as you said, due to QPS, and I have filed an issue and proposed a solution. So if you look at issues, here is the issue to read that describes the solution. Unfortunately, no one was interested in doing it. Like, only, like, there was a new contributor interested in it, but there were not. I don't think they were able to implement it. But yeah, we have plans. It's just we need people to help. Yeah. So thank you, Ahmed, for commenting. Yeah, it would be, there's a lot of work to be done in robustness testing still. As for this issue, I think, as Benjamin pointed out, we have more flags that we should now. And like recently, like only from those, I think, 7 failures, the only one was real failure that ended up with the issue being filed. So I want to make sure that this issue is that I mentioned about reducing flakiness, we need to prioritize it, because it's now big enough that, or the problem of flakes is big enough, and that we need to address it fast. And even for the meeting that I mentioned, we need to, like, we shouldn't be stuck on looking at the false positives. We should really reduce them to make the meeting productive, because we will not be able to catch up. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's all from me about the meeting. If you are interested, maybe you can drop in your handle here. If my high-level idea, I have a couple of people show their interest. Maybe I will reach out about, like, preference to them directly, and make a public announcement on etcd dev that when we will plan. But it's mostly, I don't expect as much people interested, so I will try to pick the time, or adjust the time to people that are interested first, and then announce it and see how if there are more people. Okay. Yeah, so I will try to reach people interested on Slack. Maybe Slack handle. Yeah, and if you don't know how to, you haven't signed into the Kubernetes Slack, let me know. I can add the link on mainetcd. That's all from me. Are there any other topics that someone wants to discuss or say hello? I think there's a lot of new faces on the list, so feel free to also introduce yourself and tell us all about how you use etcd, or what are you interested in etcd. So we are happy to hear.
Okay, my name is Ahmad. I'm very interested and I'm very excited to be here. Uh, I have a little about, I have a little knowledge about HCD, but I want to learn it more and maybe become a contributor someday, a big contributor in the community. I love this community a lot. I actually worked with 6CLI in the Kubernetes, and I think that's all.
Okay. Awesome to have you, Ahmed. If you're missing any issues or are interested in like helping, please let us know. There's a couple of old issues open, but if they're not enough, I know, and there is instructions about how to where they are, how to contribute and to etcd. Hopefully, there's a guide that has enough information about getting started. Let me find it. It's somewhere on the main contributing.md. It should be here. Yeah, how to find the issues, how to find work, and if there is something missing, let us know. If there is not enough good good first issues or help wanted, ping us. We maintainers should make sure that we should triage. It just means that we need to triage better and make sure that there are issues that everyone can pick up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. If there's no any other topic, I add one more topic about the etcd manager. I recall previously the Justin and also other SIG class lifecycle leads mentioned to move the etcd manager into the SIG etcd. Yeah, I believe personally I'm open to this proposal, but the existing SIG etcd have limited bandwidth to maintain new projects. So if the existing maintainer of this etcd manager can continue to maintain the project, so I'm open to move the etcd manager into the SIG etcd. I think it makes more sense to get everything, all the projects related to etcd into the SIG etcd.
My high-level opinion is if the only goal of moving the owner of the project is just doing bureaucracy for bureaucracy's sake, I don't see any reason why we should do that.
I think just the first point, the existing maintainer will continue to maintain the project. But I think the most important thing, the benefit is the etcd maintainer, SIG etcd leads. We are guide the project. We have we have the more expertise on the etcd. This is the most motivation for why move the project into the SIG etcd.
Yes, but it assumes that people that currently maintain it or SIG lifecycle people will never reach out. So my assumption is if someone want to work on etcd manager and wants to make a change or something, they can still ask us. We are here. They can ask us. If we get into a situation that SIG lifecycle is just passing through communication and they are becoming bottleneck of, I know, all the decisions, they are just forwarding decisions to SIG etcd to what to do with SIG manager because they cannot, they don't have expertise, as we mentioned, then we can say, oh, it's a problem of organization that it should be there, that SIG that knows best. But if we are just doing it to say etcd manager needs to be close to etcd, we are doing it we are just doing a reorganization for changing a label.
Anyway, we are, I think we are open to the any following discussion with this class life cycle. I'm not sure what's the previously Justin and also other SIG at class life cycle this mentioned this. Yeah, we can. I'm open to if they reach out. I'm open to have more discussion offline.
Okay, I don't even know what etcd manager is. Oh,
Yeah, it's the LCD add-on, it's the etcd add-on. It's a subfolder under the project. Not
so yeah,
this one.
maybe I can make a point. It's not even showing on GitHub on any close to anything relevant. So you can find an archive project higher than etcd
Oh,
manager.
yeah. 1 second.
So
Oh, sorry, I should add a link in the document.
yeah, or it's okay. I have problems with finding. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I should add a link. Yeah, add a link in the doc.
Well, so it's a sub-project of etcd.
Yeah.
It makes more sense. And
Yeah. It's used by the KOps. It's used by the KOps.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Like any comments on etcd manager from? Okay. If there are no other topics, I think we can finish early. I don't hear any opposition, so thanks everyone. I hope you have a great local time and hope to see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.